Hey guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy. We've finally, well, a queue finally popped for naval. It didn't take actually that long. I think it took like 3 minutes, so it's not that bad, especially for a DPS queue. I don't believe we're doing the naval hard as a part of the new story mission. I love it. Jesus, and some people actually do? Is someone actually do? That'd be great. I'd love for I'd love for another chance. Why am I on 2? I will be on 2. Let's pop that on. Pop a hoot on. Go for it, my friend. Until your opponent's defeated, you gain the echo. Well, let's just pray to God that we don't actually need the echo. Yeah? Because I mean, seriously, we should be fine. It didn't say one or more members are new, so that's a shame. I would really have appreciated some newness, some new blood. Like I was synced to level 50 as well. This should have been EX. In fact, I reckon it probably was during the planning stages when they were like planning out the quests. I guarantee you it was like, let's have them go do Tiny EX, and then they like chickened out. They like pussied out halfway. They're like, oh no, fuck that. Let's not have them do that, because that would really piss them off. Because there'll be so many people that just can't actually deal with it. Like I know people now. I'm not naming any names, but I know people now who's like fucking. They just can't do Tiny X. I know a few PlayStation 3 users who can't do Tiny X for obvious reasons. Although I know other people that are very much like my partner who had to do Tiny X on low frame rate to join us to keep up with us. So she learnt the fight to a point of like memory, and now she knows Tiny X like pretty much with her eyes closed, because she had to act like before shit would show up, otherwise she'd just get knocked off. Oh, free me, guys! I'm stuck in a rock. Thank you. Oh, I've not got those skills. They're not actually things. Oh no! I long dragooned. I did a jump in an AoE. This is embarrassing. At least it was only one AoE. I didn't die. That's always good. It's always a helpful situation. And I say I almost dragooned myself. This dragoon here is kicking ass. So, you know. There's always the exception to the rule, I guess. Oh, run away! Over here first. Let's all just chill out over here. And move back into the middle. We're all healthy. Well, some healthier than others, but we're good. Oh, yeah, that. Go, the summoner. Don't worry, I'm coming for you. Oh, I wasn't sure that scholar was out there long enough. Back when the before the thingy changed, the servers changed location. There was an instant where basically doing Titan at all was a pain, and if you just got out of an AoE, like if on your screen you were like, oh, I just made it out of that AoE, you didn't make it out of that AoE, you know, you just straight died. For a sure hit for good measure. We did it. We got 15 poetics. Star Globe of the Crags. Can I? Yes. Agreed. Oh, you're all leaving. Dragoon. Take it, buddy. You may have it. Because you did it. Hey, shit. Am I going to get this here? You guys... No. For a second there. Alas. I don't believe that was a quest to actually beat thingy there. Oh, look. It's Full Metal Wolf. From the Moon Guild. Camp Overlook. There we go. Off we go. To Camp Overlook. To alert Alphanard and Alize and Gabu, of course, the mighty Gabu, to our, well, to our success. I'm coming out this way though, which is a pain. I always thought that the teleports and the crystals were like a method of convenience, but it seems like they're using it in plot device quite a lot now, that you can like teleport between crystals and shit. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you that he was returned safe and sound? The deed is done then? Titan is no more? Yeah, he's dead. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has not made an attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he could summon to the Primal's influence. Should that prove the case, he must be put to death, like the other Thrall. Such as the Alliance's policy, yes. You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Yasali's followers were beyond reason, but they may have laid down their arms and accepted Ishkar's peace. We can but watch and wait and pray. Oh, Gabu! Gabu! Why is it not a Gabu minion? Alphanard, where's my Gabu minion? Beneath the star-filled sky. Sure. Let's do it, Alphanard. Me and Piggy here. Red Pig. Captain Red Pig. There is naught to be gained from dwelling on our evidentially over which we have no control. Much less one which we may never come to pass. Let us tend to more intimidating matters. Informing Commander Boffins of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he'd be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Yeah, I guess. I killed Titan again, dude. It's like the fourth time now, story-wise. It's almost like a song and dance at this point. Hello. You're a sight for sore eyes. When did the others come back without you? I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. Titan's dead. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it. But if not half as glad as my men will be, believe me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal is a primal, and there ain't no soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong. Like we were all permitted to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think that we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds good to me. Like a case for a celebration. Now, sounds to me like a cause for celebration. Fucking hell. Now, I know you have a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise our glass in triumphant return of Titan's Bane. No. I'm good. I mean, it is already night, so I guess we could, but... Oh, is Gabu like Elise's friend now? And like Elise is just gonna keep Gabu forever? And Gabu is gonna become like a great member of the family? Because that's cool.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words.
Must say my voice acting ever was pretty dead on.
For all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Fucking hell. I traveled far and wide, two companions, Istidian and Yasare, who were very... okay. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmerich. When Alpha and I came at last to the Javinta Highlands, she'd appreciate to hear something from her brother, so let's tell that.
We had no clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Charlayan. I should like to speak with her someday. 'Twould not surprise me if Alphino's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance. I would never tell him this, of course, but there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can.
You can call me by my name.
For the sake of those we hold dear.
You will stop needing to call me Warrior of Light. Technically, the crystal's dead, so you know. They don't ever tell you you look like a girl. Oh, poor Alpha. He gets the money end of the stick, doesn't he? Oh, he has a crystal.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scions' thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Interesting.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
Jon Snow. He sounds like Jon Snow to me. It isn't actually Jon Snow, is it? That'd be crazy. I think he'd be far too busy to... I don't know. How long would it take you to voice this?
Cannot uphold.
Like what, an afternoon?
What hurts soothed. What lives saved. Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness.
So that is Orianja? Or it isn't Orianja? It must be Orianja. I don't know. That would be ridiculous.
Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast,
it's him. It's Orianja.
So too shall I.
Damn it, Orianja. Why? Alright. Hey look, Piggy did it too. Good job, Piggy. What ho, Strife? I trust that you have had a good night's rest. I was but moments speaking with Fankrin in your shoulder via link pearl. Just say Shell did. They said they were investigating some news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once belonged to once born Ishgard seals. 'Twould seem someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes that the only matter of time before the culprits are found. But we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, I shall only prudent to look into the recent activities of other tribes, in case we wait to flush Ishkar's crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... Wait, where is Alize? She was here a moment ago. Gabu? So I've got to look for this. Are they over here with this massive crowd of people? And Piggy? You leading the way, Piggy? He is. He's leading the way. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? Yeah, it's pissing down the rain. Just wear a hat. I apologize for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I have already packed my things. Good. I mean, I'm not sure why you brought so much stuff. How is he? Brother, Commander Bolson, something tells me you're solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there is no change. He will not speak, nor eat. Not even sure if he has slept. If he did, he seems no more better for it. If he just suffers out without the same expression on his face. How can you see? It's got like a weird grate thing. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness. He's still in there, I know it. Both and anguish and despair, he's still fighting it with his heart. He deserves to be given a chance until he comes back to us. Until we know for certain what will become of him. Aye, you don't need to worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and helped to secure a better part of the crystals, we could have turned out a damn sight worse than we did. Won't soon forget that, nor with the Maelstrom Command. Oh, I was thought he was gonna go with her and be like her friend and a familiar. It'd be so good. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to. And I know I cannot possibly understand. Perhaps there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better things, better times. Remember them as we were. And when it hurts so much that the heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them, and never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. Gabu thanks you. Oh, Gabu, why? No, Gabu! Please stay. Have faith, sister. Your words reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who have outraged these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. Damn. She's fucking heartless. Love it. Let's go, Elise. Let's go beat the shit out of Urianger. Where we go now? Return to the Waking Sands, of course. I will travel back to the Waking Sands because that is where our next story quest is. Thank you so much for watching. As always, there are buttons down below, and I thank you very much for watching. I will see you all next time for whatever the traitor Urianger has to say. Bye-bye.